Montana is a place that every sportsman dreams of going to hunt. Growing up ranching is a simple life. It taught me values crucial to carrying on our heritage. Living off the land and taking care of the animals on it was part of life. From the mountains in Montana, the deer stands in Texas, to the plains of Africa, I have been blessed to go on these great adventures. This is where we practice conservation. Hunting and fishing plays a major part in this effort. Being out here with my family, my friends, is what makes memories that will carry me through my lifetime. I'm just a simple blue-collar guy with a passion for the outdoors, and I want to bring that to you. This is going to be a fun trip because Crystal, you know, she grew up in Salmon, Idaho, right across the border of Montana. So it's going to be fun to go back. We're probably going to get to see her dad and hang out. It's a laid-back hunt. It's springtime. It's the most beautiful time in Montana. And as soon as we start driving in this country, it's amazing. We catch up with Johnny and Kelsey at the AutoZone. The Jeep's broke down, so we get to do a little wrenching, a little mechanicking. Next stop's going to be camping in Montana.
Because he lost the bolts the other one. So you spot this one that came with bolts.
On the way in, we're going to be camping in a tent for a week. We find a little hot spot called Quinn's Hot Springs on the side of the road. It's got these beautiful cabins right on the river. And we're going to start off right. We're going to take a nice night, sleep in a good bed, have a good meal, and then it's time to go camp. But this place is just beautiful. What a place to come. Our plan is to kind of hit it on the way out, so we're clean on the airplane. So this is our new little hideaway from Roughing It right here at Quinn's Hot Springs. You know, first thing we do when we get up here is we test our guns. We're gonna shoot them. We find a big canyon with some long shots, some boulders we can hit so we can hear the report, watch it through the spot and scope. You know, we're using our Vortex spot and scope, using our Husqvarna optics. We should be able to tell if our guns are on. And so our turrets are on. We had to go up in elevation because we're at a higher elevation. The bullet travels faster when the air's thinner, so that's what changes.
All right, so your elevation's perfect.
Are you guarding the truck? You're supposed to be the bear dog, not the human guard dog.
Oh. I let him borrow my dog. They take good care of him, but he's an awesome dog. They raise some of the coolest dogs there are. People come from all over the country to get them. So Rocco's going with us. We're headed to camp out. It's beautiful weather. We're in the big timber. We're in Montana. Johnny is like the mountain man. He's got the beard, he's got the hair, he's got the wife that's the mountain woman. So it's gonna be fun. We're just gonna hang out as friends, and he's gonna take me around to his favorite spots and teach me about hunting spring bear. So one of the things I learned is you've got to get these chairs and sit down and get your Vortex out and just look.
That's how we get it done right here.
Well,
So what happens when
tan.
it's super hot and you got a bear hunt in the heat?
I don't know who's tanner, Casper or me.
That's cool.
He's kind of behind the tree. Mm-hmm. Is there like a log laying across the top
He's
of him?
right, yeah, and there's a burnt tree behind him.
He is. There's a dead tree standing upright, and
You can see the green leaves moving, he's eating them.
he's probably almost in line with that tree, dead tree standing upright.
Mhm.
Jay,
He
with
is.
you.
I can just barely see his head.
Oh, we're gonna get stuff.
What do you think?
It's up to you.
Totally up to you, don't feel pressure, it's the first day.
I mean, it's 100% up to you, but
How far is he down there?
640.
You should have got 2 tags.
We can go get another one.
I mean, you could always get set up, and if he comes out in the open and we get a real good look at him, and at least we'd be ready.
Okay.
Needs to come to the right. He's walking dead away, and I think he's gonna walk out of our lives right there. I still got him. $720, Jay.
Going back to left. Tri-tip that Kelsey smoked on the trigger.
Tri-tip. Crystal's favorite cut of meat.
Yeah.
Select pieces here.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Carbon Express, Traeger Wood Pellet Grills, Cinnamon Creek Ranch Ultimate Archery, Newmont Mining Corporation, demonstrating leadership and safety and stewardship of the environment. Nature Blinds, the most realistic hunting blinds on the planet. Spot Hog, the world's toughest archery products.
Meth head torch.
And brought it inside the covers and wrapped it around myself.
Plug it in. I got a big battery in it.
Sorry. That one can be mine.
What, you don't have faith?
I have faith. I have faith in your artwork, friend.
Well, a lot of this hunt is you're hunting old logging trails that are locked off so you can walk, but man, I'm a mountain biker. I love to mountain bike. Johnny got into mountain bikes after we talked, and he got some cool ones, so we're gonna try it out. We throw our packs on, Johnny and I take Rocco, and we start covering some ground on these mountain bikes. How awesome is it to have a hunting pack on, riding a mountain bike, combining two of my favorite things to do, and seeing lots of good country. we're hiking stuff that if you take a bad step, it could be a bad deal. So we have to be super careful. Johnny knows this, he's like a mountain goat. Crystal's pretty good. I'm trying to get myself up some of these hills, and that's what kind of makes this hunt a little more challenging. You know, anybody can hunt the roads, but we're gonna hike up to some places, see if we can find some bears that haven't been messed with, and that's an adventure. You know, I'm carrying my gun, I've got a big pack. We're hiking straight up and down rocks with cliffs. This hunt isn't for everybody, but I definitely want to give it a try.
Careful, don't knock that slab on me.
There's a fire ring out here, so we're not the first humans. Unfortunately.
One of the things we did is we were trying to hike and look into canyons that you can't see from the roads. And it was a physical challenge. We'd trained a little bit for it, but it was tough. It's steep, there's less oxygen than they have in Texas, obviously. We could send them some. But to get up there and look into country that not everybody gets to look into was pretty awesome.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Glacier, simply the world's finest. Wicked Tree Gear, Tecumate, Huskama Optics, Stealth Cameras, Fleer Hunting and Outdoors, Kuiu Ultralight Hunting.
We're so lucky to have great companies backing us. We've been doing it so long, and we've got with some of the best companies, but Kuiu's been awesome for us. You know, we do a lot of hunts where Kuiu's just looks good, but this is a place where we're gonna actually need it. We're gonna be wearing it, we're gonna be staying out in nice Kuiu tents, we're gonna need our packs, because when you long range hunt, yeah, you don't have to hike very far to get the shot off, but when you do get a shot off, you've got a long ways to go, and you're gonna have to get the meat out and whatever else with you to get there. So it's pretty cool to finally get to try this stuff out in the mountains. These hunts are ones we look forward to. We love to stay out, but this time of year, the weather's so nice to stay in tents. I mean, that's part of the experience. Just to come up here and camp in the mountains of Montana makes it worth the trip. It was great that Johnny, being a friend of ours, could show us around where he lives. It was a good time with him. And this guy knows how to make everything work. We took his Jeep and did stuff with the Jeep I didn't know you could do.
Oh no, that's over for you.
Actually, the girls got out because they were scared, but I had faith in him. Rocco and I stayed in the rig and we got through, and this is what he does. This is a guy that he hunts most of the year. He works to hunt. So I learned a lot being with him. It was a great time. I think we made some friends that'll probably be around for a long time.
How far is he over there, Chick? 1,300, is that what he said?
We're spotting bear all over the place. There's tons of them, and long range shooting for me, because I'm new at it, is all about getting settled, taking your time and making the shot. The windage here is going to be a difficult call. These bear come out and they never stop moving. They feed and they go back in. We have a shot at one. I finally get dialed in. He's 600 yards, and
he's going up.
920, right?
Now he's going back left, going up, straight up.
Yeah, you might trick right there.
Got him.
650.
Make sure you're level. Yeah, I'm on him.
I think so.
He's running straight
He's
up.
going up there. See him?
He's
Straight
going
up.
straight up. Straight up still.
Straight up, that same truck.
He stopped broadside.
it's humbling, but I thought I dialed everything in, but it's part of the learning. I learned that I made a mistake. Thank goodness I didn't wound him. I'd rather have a clean miss, but I felt like I could make the shot. But the mountain hunting is you've got to get out here and learn it. There's no science to figuring out every scenario. All you can do is try and read the wind, know your yardage, and try and make the best shot you can. Just to be sure, we're gonna hike over here and we're gonna look. And we get over here and it's just like we thought, but you know, you never wanna take a shot and not go make sure. So an hour and a half hike, straight up, we get over here, bear's gone. There's a little dent in the side of the hill where my bullet hit.
Blue Collar Adventures is brought to you by Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good. Vortex Optics, the force of optics.
We're gonna live?
We're gonna be cold, but we're gonna live.
We get up and these guys brought tons of food, but I met some friends of mine at Mountain House. We try out some biscuits and gravy. Stuff's awesome. It's real freeze-dried food. They prepare it, they cook it, they freeze-dry it. It's not like a mixture that you have to boil. You add hot water, you've got a meal in your bag, and we're ready to go start glassing.
Wait, is that my binoculars in his mouth?
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's go, Rock.
what a good dog. I don't care if he hates me.
Find Daddy. Go find Daddy. Go get him, Daddy.
Hunting is not always about just getting an animal down. It's about the time you spend with friends outdoors. We're so far away from anybody out here. All we have is the food we brought with us, our tents, and ourselves to depend on. And that's a great feeling. That's a freedom that you can't just get going to a hotel for the weekend or going to a resort for the weekend. You have to come to these mountains to feel that. And Montana offers some of the most amazing places to do this. To put your tent up and see the northern lights and go out and scavenge campfire wood. That's my resort. That's where I love to be. Springtime is probably the most beautiful time to be up here. I wouldn't want to be here in the middle of winter in a tent, but people do it. But this time of year, the bear hunt is an amazing time. Crystal and I both grew up hunting with our dads. And we go to Nevada every year and we hunt mule deer with my dad. And this hunt's kind of part of the reason we're gonna go is we're gonna go see her dad.
Ready. Smoked it. Center punched it. Did you hear that?
Yep.
Hear the report?
Good job, Daddy.
I think the shooter.
Nice shot.
He's
Don't leave
nuxing
me
you.
hanging here. I got my fist bump. Good shot. Good shot. You just smoked an elk at 825.
Cake with that sucker.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me. Spotter ready. Made the white powder, smoked it. Did you see it?
Yeah.
You smoked it.
Good job, Daddy.
Yeah.
What do you think about that gun?
What do you think about not having it?
That's a chip shot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's awesome.
So it's fun. We get to go see Chris and Kathy over here in Idaho. We take a break from bear hunting. We go over. We let him try out the new Huskima system. And it was fun because Crystal's showing her dad what she's learned in shooting long range. And it's great to see them together having a great time. And it was a nice break, you know. Idaho, Montana. I love Texas, but I will have a cabin in one of these states. The trip was really about coming and seeing Montana. You know, if I can get a bear, great. but I'm shooting long range, new conditions. I learned a lot about shooting long range in these conditions, and that's what it's about. It's about every time you go out, whatever mistake you made, is you go home and you work on that mistake. But not getting a bear is not an unsuccessful trip. I had the most amazing time just being in Montana, getting to camp under the stars, getting to be with new friends, seeing their world. You know, they came down to visit us in Texas and they got to see where we are, and it's two different worlds for sure. So sharing that with people is kind of what it's all about for us. There's guys that hunt deer down in Texas, and there's people that hunt bear in Montana. And when you put those two together, it's a good experience for both.